Right, let's start again. Hello, Vicky. welcome to the world of lives. Love it. So, what can they find out at the Angel Wellness
Well,
Retreats?
it's going to be really friendly and the people are going to be lovely. You're not going to find any staff members that aren't lovely and delicious and friendly and helpful and already know their stuff. But what you're also going to find is that all of the clients that do come in, it's like a bit of a party atmosphere. You join us and you just don't want to leave. But amongst all of that, obviously, you're going to find loads of really good treatments. Over the years, obviously, I've kind of worked out what's going to be great, what isn't going to be great. And don't get me wrong, I've got more machines than dinners that I'm sure all sit in a garage and all talk to each other at night like Toy Story and say, will we ever be bought out again? No, you won't. If something doesn't work, no matter how much I've spent on it, I will just get rid of it. I'm very passionate about bringing new treatments into the retreat. And again, they're tried and tested, and that's really my ethos. I've never been greedy, and I just want people to get the best results.
I've been down to the retreat and it's absolutely beautiful, beautiful place. And I had the Colonic irrigation down there, which sounds horrendously scary when you think about it. And I probably had it a fair few years ago, and the old style Colonic irrigation. These new machines are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that's why I called it. That's why my business is always called Angel, because I found the Angel of Water colonic irrigation system when I was about 36, and obviously I'm 54 now.
Oh.
And I just know that it was a totally different way for the colon cleansing, because it's dignified. You're in the room on your own, you've got the therapist outside, but you haven't got that embarrassment of someone rubbing your tummy while your bottom's making a few noises, asking where you're going on holiday, when all you want to say is, I just don't care where I'm going on.
Really don't care. But that's one thing I got when I came down there. It is really friendly, it's really knowledgeable, and you just don't feel intimidated. It is a place you want to be down there.
Yeah, and I think that stems from, I mean, my kind of career in beauty started so randomly. I had a recruitment agency and I invested in a few different things and I just didn't know what I was doing and I lost everything. And I used to go to Beautify in Ongar
Yes.
when
I think I just moved to Ongar and that was there.
so Beautify was, I was a client and I went to Helen and I said, I love you girls so much. If I train and do some nails, will you take me on? And Helen was a bit like, oh, good God, what can we say? You're a client. Took me on and I was the most useless nail technician in the world, and everyone, they were so nice to me, they'd let me do their nails but they were like hoofs and you could drag them along. And I worked with Tracy Hayes, who's got, love Tracy, and the laughs that we had at Beautify and what poor Helen had to put up with, that was really my love of Ongar when it started. I love the clients, love them all.
It is a great place for things. So obviously, I'm an advocate of Ongar and all the businesses in Ongar, and I really want them all to do well. It's hence why you're all coming on here and doing a live, having that chance to think. So, what do you see as your vision for the Angel and the goals for Angel Retreat?
Right. Well, obviously we've got the Japanese head spa, which is just taking everywhere by storm at the moment. So we've had that for quite a while now. We've also got a training school for that. So I have literally, no one knows this yet, but today I have just ordered a new, it's called a Korean head spa.
Oh.
We're going to have not only the Japanese, Korean, but we're also going to be having a Mandarin head spa as well. So that will be coming probably within the next couple of weeks.
What's the difference between the three then on now? Because I've had the Japanese and it's unbelievable.
All to do with the waterfall systems.
Mm.
So our beds are going to now have all three different systems. So not only you're going to get just like an amazing experience, and we're now going to have actually three different ones where you can just have our head spa, you can have it with the gua sha, which I think you actually had. Now we're the Korean facial as well. So that's happening. The healing lounge is getting nice and busy. So all of the sound, baths, reiki, healing. Obviously, we had the lovely
Yeah,
Angie.
do a shout out to Angie. That looked phenomenal. It got booked up very quickly as well. And
So good. It was only 2 hours, and I just didn't want it to end. And honestly, the circle of women we had was absolutely fabulous. So that went really well. My poor Paul has just extended the car park to fit more people in, and we're just about to build another studio.
Oh,
So
wow.
in yoga, and I can never say this properly because again I'm goofy. Gyrometrics, which is really new that no one's even going to have heard of yet.
No.
So we're going to be doing that as well. So yeah, lots going on.
I was saying, 'cause you was originally, you was in Loughton, wasn't you? So obviously things changed and everything else. And this seems to have been an absolute winner for you moving here with the client base that you're getting and the way the growth of it is going.
And I just think what it was, I was in Loughton for 10 years. And when I first started in Loughton, originally I started off in a bedroom doing eyelashes on a bed with people's heads in my lap. And I was known as Vicky Lashes. So different jobs anyway over the years. And Loughton was perfect, what we wanted for a while, but Loughton had changed. And obviously, I married my plumber, which most people do know. I married Paul the plumber from Ongar, and
Right.
wonderful mother-in-law, Babs Bat, as well, and I think most people know her. So I was lucky enough that my mother-in-law let Paul build the retreat for me on their land. So yeah, really grateful, and it's amazing. It's much busier than what I could have imagined now, and yeah, great team of people, lots of new people joining us. Yeah, all good.
I know you are also the queen of networking, which I can't get across to most people how important it is with businesses and getting out there and growing your audience to everybody. I know you do it down at the Hobo Loughton, so a little shout out to that. It's a great Friday morning, which I've been to as well. But you literally, there's not many people that don't know who you are.
Well, I think what I've done over the years, I wouldn't say I've tried to help a lot of people. I've had a lot of people in the beauty industry that work for me that I've kind of nurtured or taken in. And listen, I know what it's like not to have £5 in my pocket. I've been bankrupt, so the people I love and care about, I don't want them to go through the same situations that I've gone through. So for me, I think over the years you meet different groups of people and you eventually find like your tribe as you say.
Yeah.
And I've had some very close friends and people over the years that I've really loved and trusted that have basically just ripped me off or lied or taken ideas that I've got and leaving. And Stacey Sharp, the lovely Stacey, that is my business partner in Three Blonde Media and the Women in Business brunch. We kind of just paired up and said, you know what, we just want to be around good people and people that want to help each other, other women that, that you've got each other's backs. And that's how the Women in Business started. And yeah, it's gone from strength to
It's
strength.
great because I always say as well, I don't feel there's competition around. It's a case if you can work together and thrive off of each other, you will grow. So it's not about bringing anybody else down. It's about lifting them back up. How you work with particular people. I went today, obviously, I went and had a consultation for eyebrows to be done. And for that to be done, there's loads of artists out there that do eyes, but there's a style to it. So you're going to pick someone with the style that suits
Yeah.
you. So it'll be the same. You come to your retreat because that retreat suits you, but there'll be other people that do other stuff exactly the same, but just in a different way that won't necessarily suit
Yeah.
how they want to do it.
And we call other people, and I'm the first one to say to my clients, listen, if I don't see you for a year, 2 years, 3 years, it's okay. I
Yeah.
understand things change. Your daughter's best friend might all of a sudden start. She might be a nurse, aesthetic nurse. You're gonna give her a go. You're gonna try, and that's just how life is. But I don't want people to ever feel that they can't come back to us or they can't go for to someone else for something and stick with me for another thing. And I just think it needs to be like that. I'm really friendly with you know other people that do the colonics.
Yeah.
And
Do you find as well you then share knowledge amongst each other as well? So it's
Ellie does a completely different colonic to what I do. She does the one where, it is the manual one. And a lot of people still like that because they want to know the comfort of someone being there in the room, still doing that, where you have other colonics don't. And I've still got, many friends that are all in the beauty industry and aesthetics that we all work together, all of
yes.
us. And we've managed, I think, to wheedle out the people that are kind of the ones that don't want to work together, the ones that are going to try and nick your clients or badmouth you. And that's how like all the women in business network started.
Yeah, no, that's the great thing about it. But it's also as well, if you something goes wrong, you can share that experience where it's gone wrong, and nobody else has to go through what you've done.
I've got a client that comes to me that years ago come to when I had the farmhouse in Thaden, Ghana, and she called me and said, "Oh, my daughter-in-law's with you now. Can I come for the treatment as well?" And she walked in the door and she was running late, and I said, "You know what? Go upstairs, go to that room. You can fill all your form out when you go." She come down 15 minutes later and said, "Oh my God, I've had Botox." And I was like, "Yeah, that's right." She said, "I thought I was having a Casey facial." And we've still got these clients that, it happens. It's life. There is, and I've got to say, I am probably the weakest link in the business, and I'm probably the most mistakes. So, yeah.
But you bring the good people all together. So basically, we're at the retreat at the moment. You've got the aesthetics that you do there. You've got the colonic.
We've got obviously the Japanese head spa. We do beautiful facials. We do Ashmira Botanica. That brand is actually in the Mandarin Oriental and Harrods as well. So we were lucky enough, because I know Tracy that owns it, to do that. We've got the that's got Face Junkie. We all work together with her. We do the best lymphatic massages as well with the wood therapy. Do you know what? Sometimes I think, oh my God, I can't even keep up with what we do. Lipotherm Pro, that's still amazing. But, the aesthetics, I kind of realised that it was changing slightly.
Yeah.
And where people wanted, it was called like the undetectable injectable. So it's about more natural looks. I mean, I've never done the big lip filler look. I've probably lost clients over the years because I will not do something that I don't think is right. And I probably would have been a lot more wealthy if I hadn't, but never mind. Hey ho, third time round trying to earn some money, but we're powering on.
It's still going.
And it's gone a lot more down the wellness route, but we've kind of managed to merge, the aesthetics with wellness too.
It's a whole feeling, isn't it? The well-being, though, as well. So you feel good inside and everything else. You look better outside. So it is a natural connection between the two.
Yeah, definitely. So that's what we've tried to do, and we're also trying to do the fact that it is quite hard out there at the moment. Things aren't easy for people, and I think if you can come to, I've never been greedy, so we always try and do a good, like, well, I call it like a meal deal, or the Dickinson's real deal, but no one's got to put another red one down. They can just put a blue one, a fiver, and they something nice. But we try and make it that when they leave us, they feel better, not just how they're looking, but inside, that they've had a good time, they haven't been ripped off, they've had like chat with lots of other people that they've met in there. And which leads me to my next thing that we will be doing in the backfield. We are holding an ecstatic dance and kundalini breathwork extravaganza. It's going to be, I think we're doing October the 4th.
Oh, wow.
4 hours. And I don't know, do you know Kat King? She does Soul Sisters. You're
No.
amazing. Kat's like the queen of kundalini. And also she does this other thing, and I can never say it, Niagara yoga, where you kind of, it's all like a spiritual journey. But Kat's amazing as well. So we're going to be doing, actually, Sam as well, Sam Treasure. She's been doing sound baths. She's got one next week with me. So everyone's kind of working together, and I've kind of got this space where I'm bringing all my friends and people together to do that.
That's it. Work shouldn't be, it should be friendly. It should be what you enjoy doing. And then it's not really a job then, is it? It's just a way of life.
No, but I'd say the only thing sometimes is, obviously, we've got the peacock, we've got Percy, and we do have to kind of ferry people out of their cars sometimes, because I actually had a woman say to me the other week, "Oh my good God, what is that massive parrot running around the car park?" And I was a bit like, no, it is a peacock, but she's like our
She
mascot for.
is amazing. And she's a sight to see as well. She's white, isn't she? Or she's not.
Quite so usual. And my mother-in-law's had her from like a hatchling, so she's like a dog. She just, yeah. So she's our mascot for the retreat.
Oh, I love it. What I have seen, I was scrolling through as well, you're doing a lot of men wellness days as well, because obviously it's a massive thing at the moment, and men are actually looking after themselves more.
they're looking after themselves a lot more. I think, especially in Essex, um, but also you kind of find that the suicide rate for men is really quite high. I mean, even in just the last, few months, I know of three of committed suicide, and I think sometimes they need to have somewhere like a, I'm going to say like a safe space, but I don't particularly like that word. But with the healing lounge, we're going to be doing like, men's wellness days, and we've actually got something happening. I think our first one again is at the Hobo Club, and I believe it's the 1st of May. So
Fantastic.
feel that they want to come along and share maybe what's going on or their businesses, again helping networking in businesses, because a lot of the problems can be to do with finance. And again, if you can have a group of guys that all help each other, would look like Mitch, at BNI. I mean, I like Minxie, my printer, as
I know, I go scared and then lo and behold, bump into someone that you know. And it really is.
but he has done that as well at the BNI, at the Worston Manor
Yeah.
Spirit in Business, and he's always there for people too, and I kind of watched him and what he's done, and again, I think he's probably helped a lot of men that have really sometimes not quite known what way to go in their lives, it may be after divorce and things. So
Well, I
yeah.
think as well, when you're a single business owner and you haven't got a team around you, it can be very lonely. The pressure is not shared
No,
amongst the team, and who do you talk to? So I find, especially as I went skiing, 100 complete strangers that I didn't know, but the inspiration behind all these directors that are all in this one room or their own business minds it uplifts yourself and go, actually, I'm doing an all right job, but I've learnt a little bit more from the people around, which I think is amazing when networking. So perhaps we need to set up some more networking dues in Ongar to get everyone
I
else out.
could. I think, I mean, we can hold them in the healing lounge, and
Yes.
my gong up and just do a little bit of the gong work. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. And again, we're holding the Women in Business, I think it's the last Friday in June, and we're going to be holding it at the retreat. And I've just said, let's just do like, we'll do like a brunch, go into lunch, it can even go into dinner, and the outside space as well. So, and everyone can have a few treatments and just chill out together. It's, sometimes that's just what you need.
Yeah, it is exactly. And it's, as you say, you find with networking, I think you just find safe havens with people you don't think you would ever meet before. But so down at at the retreat, is everyone employed there, or do you rent spaces, or can you inquire about?
No, we went to, so a lot of people are self-employed within my team. We do have other people that will just come and rent the room maybe for a day. Again, just before I've got onto this call, I've just been talking to someone who's very experienced in all the lymphatic drainage, and she may be coming to use the healing lounge. Again, we've got 4 beautiful treatment rooms that can be used for all various, different stuff that maybe people want to do that come to us. And then obviously we've got one room which is just dedicated to obviously the Colonic, and we've got one to the head spa. So no, there's quite a lot of room there, and and again, it's free car parking.
Yes, it's a great thing. Those that don't know, it's just up the Greenstead Road in a beautiful area and lots of parking, a bigger car park than you've ever had now.
Now, but for me, I'm terrible. If I can't
That's
park,
it.
it might be an age thing. If I park, I won't go, and if I'm going to be too cold, I can't bear it. So that was my biggest thing. The retreat is very warm and welcoming and cozy, and yeah, lots of car parking. So yes, it's lovely. Listen, you've been there, and it's taken a long time for me to actually finally get to the place that I wanted to be. I've had to claw my way up in this life. It hasn't been easy, as a lot of younger would know what I've gone through. So yeah, it's hasn't been easy.
It's not been easy, but you definitely, as I say, you're shining on through. It is a great space down there. The treatments you down there, they're all available on your website as well. So and on Instagram, Facebook. Now we've gone on to LinkedIn as well, as I've just found
Oh,
out.
but this is the problem, because there's so many different places. It's like the other day on Sunday, I was doing something on Facebook and I clicked into something wrong, and on my Facebook account, I lost it all. And I'm like, oh my God, you just don't know where people are coming from anymore. I mean, I used to like a checkbook, and I'd even go for like a carrier pigeon still bringing. I I hate technology, but I'm trying my hardest.
Well,
But
there's always something new cropping up. And the beauty industry, I'm trying to do it on the social media. It drives me crazy. They change things constantly, but with the beauty, it's every industry. I suppose we've all got them gripes we don't like.
the beauty thing, it's just so fast paced. There is just always something,
Do
you
you,
know.
do you find that things do like a full circle though as well? You know, like you get fashions that rotate, and there's a newer version of what actually was going on 7 years ago.
I think what's happened is where it was very, like, say, 5 years ago, very machine based.
Yeah.
It's all back to manual, like lymphatic massage, gua sha facials, the Ashmira ranges. You know, it's beautiful. It's all about the Chinese 5 elements. So when you come in, you'll tell us your date of birth, your year of birth, and we'll tell you what one of the 5 elements you are. And the facial is made bespoke to you. Might be wood, fire, metal, water, air.
Wow.
You know, kind of gone back down that route. Of course, for me, it was quite difficult for me to get my head around because my background, yes, obviously I worked at Beautify and I've done the lashes and everything else, but then I kind of went straight into the aesthetic side. Obviously, I do it, otherwise they're doctors and nurses, and I've got the most fabulous nurse, Annalise, that's working with us at the moment. It's been with for quite some time now. But for me to actually get my head round coming away from the aesthetics, because it become a bit of a standing joke that everything at mine, any treatment, it kind of like, does it hurt? And I go, no. And they go, you liar, it hurt. It did hurt, but you would get like a great result. But it's changed. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure it will come back again. And that, and but again, like with the medical weight loss pens, the prescription weight loss, we was doing that probably a good couple of years before anyone actually knew about that. So, but you have to be careful, and again, you've got to make sure that you're using someone that
It's knowledgeable when you've got the aftercare for it, because obviously you see the horror stories of people going on it, then just dropping straight off it, then they're putting the weight back on because it's not a quick fix, is it?
So, I'm about to start working with a really great couple of nutritionists that actually are in my women in business circle. So the people that have been on the weight loss injections, obviously we kind of wean people off anyway. We do like micro dosages, but then they need to learn how to, stay like that, eat healthy. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be offering the whole package that, yes, you've lost the weight, we're going to help you continue,
And learn
to
about food, because that is the biggest thing. It's sort of like it's not rocket science. You are what you eat.
push you up. But I can preach to that, and then I've got this massive addiction to the sour cream pretzel things from Marks and Spencers, and I could eat one of them big bags of babies a day. So yeah, I'm very good to tell you. We make all the fresh detox juice and do this and do that. And when we started doing it, I thought, do you know what? That's going to be great. I'm going to drink fresh detox juice every day. Oh my God! I'd look at it and I think, oh
No.
God, but it's good for you, and if you can stick to something like that, because it is important, especially as you get older. Without your health, you've got nothing of you. So
Absolutely, but it's what I say. If anyone hasn't been down to see, they can go down, find out what it's all about, speak to you on all your social medias. You will ask her any questions. I know how approachable you are and knowledgeable about it. So, and it is a passion for you as well. It's that passion of making someone feel good.
yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah, because I know what it's like not to feel good. I was in a very bad relationship for a long, long time and was made to feel terrible, like for a good 18 odd years. So I know what it's like to feel crap and worthless. So yeah, I want to make people feel good.
Yeah, I say I always get the buzz. I work with most of my clients have been long term clients and doing design work or anything else. Seeing them grow, that's my buzz.
Yeah,
Seeing them come out and seeing that, oh God, they've made another sale. They want more and they do that. That's my adrenaline buzz.
yeah, and that's how I feel. I like it when people literally after they've been to me and say, do you know what, Vicky, I had the most fabulous day, and would it be all right to pass my number on to whoever else was in the clinic who they were talking to? And that's nice. I want people to feel that they've had a good day. And again, going back to Beautify, that's kind of where it stems from, because when we was at Beautify, we had a lot of clients, and again, we had, a lot of older clients that sometimes wasn't seeing too many people. And they used to say, knowing that I'm coming here like every 2 weeks and it's going to be fun. And I made up a game, which Helen will kill me for to say on this, but it was like little bottles of champagne. I had no money, but I still spent any wages I had. But I bought these little bottles of champagne from the cabin, put straws in, and we put the music up. We passed them around, and when the music stopped, everyone had a swig of the champagne. But it was fun, and people enjoyed it, and I just wanted to kind of carry that
It's
on,
all
because
true. Well, I think you absolutely have. I absolutely love it down there. It's a great atmosphere, and I'm wishing you every success down there. I know. Well, I know it's going to be a success. There's not even a question about it.
always Paul spent too much money. I'm so far in. I laughed the other day. I said I feel like I'm running a non-profit organisation anyway soon, because I'm just doing stuff for the community. But listen, we're doing a retreat next week. Stacey Sharp and Kat King have got a retreat, and a lot of us are there for like 3 days, and we're doing that to support each other, but also we'll need a bit of time out sometimes, and just have a laugh and
No,
put.
it's very important to have time out. I know that more than anybody. But I'm going to call it. But this half hour has gone whiz fire, absolutely amazingly quick.
But thank you for having me, Ongar. I do appreciate it, and I'm so grateful. I married Paul Bat, and I'm now as well. Yay!
I know it's brilliant, but no, you've been very honest about work, your life, everything else. Lots of tips in there, and so thank you so much for coming
Really,
on.
thank you. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow
You
anyway.
will do. I'll be after this phone call. Put the phone down. Thank you so much, Vicky. Take care. Bye bye.